Here we have two super unique bottles from Pursuit Spirits. We have a triple mash rye single barrel, but we also have a triple mash rye single blend bottle. What I mean by that is I got the chance to go to Pursuit Spirits in downtown Louisville and do their single barrel experience and blend this bourbon and take home this rye as well. So let's show you what that experience is like. Welcome to the Right Pour. On our trip to Kentucky, we were able to secure a spot and do a single barrel tasting at the Pursuit Spirits facility. They had 6 barrels for us to choose from, 3 bourbons and 3 ryes. So let's go through and experience single barrel tasting.
So we are now moving on to our barrel picking process here. Now, this is not necessarily the ratio that we're using, but I'm just wanting to give you an example of what we have in these barrels over here. 1 through 3 are bourbon, 4 through 6 are rye.
Okay.
Now, I told you about the triple mash.
Yes.
So visualize this. I'm not giving away any ratio secrets because the ratios do change. We don't do anything necessarily formulaically here, we do it to taste.
Yep.
So those ratios will change. But for the sake of this particular exercise, just imagine Bardstown, Tennessee, New York. Bardstown, Sagamore, fairly legal Sagamore.
Okay.
We're going to take us, Pursuit, we're going to take these 3 barrels, we're going to dump them into a mingling tank. We're going to mix them all together. We're going to let them play with each other. And then we're going to take a third of that liquid and put it back into the Bardstown barrel. Third of that liquid back into the Tennessee barrel. Third of that liquid back into the New York barrel. And that's going to give you a secondary finish on those whiskeys. So this is not the same liquid that you get out of the bottle. This is not the same liquid that you would get off of a liquor store shelf. This is a completely unique experience here. In that this is not what we put out. This is what we do so that you can have the experience of doing a barrel pick on your own. I enjoy blending. I really, really like blending. So I encourage you to blend if you would like. You can use that stemmed glass.
Okay.
And, say you really like one a whole lot, kind of like 3 too. You can do a little small batch, very small batch blending in your stemmed glass there. The only thing that we can't let you do, just by law, you can't mix a bourbon with a rye.
Okay.
And that is just tax and trade bureau stuff. What is on the label must be what's in your bottle. Since we have just opened, the chances that an ATF agent or an ABC agent is standing outside of our door really, it's slim, but it's not none.
Right.
And should you walk out and boy, he sees a glimmer in your eye and he says, boy, your label says bourbon, but I think that's right. And he decided to test it right there on the spot. If it were not what it was saying it was on the label, it would be big trouble for everybody involved.
Makes
the
sense.
The only thing that you can't do is mix a bourbon with a rye. Now, I believe I've got this on like Tyler Childers radio or something. Is that gonna be good for you guys?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, I'm gonna turn this up. I'm gonna give you guys a break from the sound of my voice. And I'm going to let you go ahead and taste through 1 through 6, and you can start getting an idea of what you like, what you don't like. And like I said, if you don't like it, don't drink it.
Fair.
This is not an endurance contest. It's not who gets to 1.75 ABV first. It's just if you don't like it, I wouldn't bother with it.
Okay.
There's plenty there for you to drink.
Yeah, there's more than plenty.
Enjoy.
Thank you. All right, now that we went through the very awesome beginning and learning about Pursuit and how they started, we get to do a single barrel pick of our own. We get the bottle and all that good stuff. So here we have 1, 2, and 3 is all going to be a bourbon. 4, 5, and 6 is going to be ryes. Outside of that, I don't know any of the different mash bills of the sorts and whatnot. The only thing I cannot do is I cannot mix a bourbon and a rye to bring home. That's the only thing. So I can start to blend and say, hey, I'd rather have these 2 in the barrel or these 2 from the barrel into a bottle and also make my own blend, or I can stick with doing a single barrel itself. So let's dive in and pick our own bottle from Pursuit Spirits. first one has a really good sweet flavor to it, a little bit of spice, which I kind of like on that one. Like I said, don't know what the mash bills are, but it does have a really good like slight spice with a nice sweet balance to it. Ooh. Number two for me, I'm getting a little bit more of that toffee and that cocoa note, a little bit more rich. That's really, really good. Definitely very different right off the bat. Hmm. So during this, they encourage us to do our own blending. Right now, I think number two is actually my favorite as a single barrel. But I think one and three can actually make a really, really good blend together. So we're going to do more of one and a little less of three. So I guess like 2/3 to 1/3. Ooh. Ooh, the blend of one and three is really good. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, this is pretty tough so far. Just on the bourbons alone, doing the blend has actually brought out a really, really good balance of one and three that might outshine two as a single barrel on its own. I'm trying to like weed out what I do and do not like on the bourbons before I switch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And let me grab you a little coffee.
Okay.
Not to drink.
Yeah, no, the like the beans, yeah. Yeah, I know the trick. I got you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so I think two for just a single barrel is my favorite so far.
Here we go, boss. I'll clean it up.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Moving on to rye. So now we're going on to the ryes, which are samples 4, 5, and 6. Right now, 2 is an outlier for me on the bourbon picks. I think that one is my favorite. Even though the blend I did with the 2/3 1 and the 1/3 3 was really good, I think the single barrel just stands out a little bit more in that complexity that I'm looking for. But we can't knock the ryes because they are pretty good too. So let's see how those stand up to the bourbon and see which one we go home with. Oh my god, that even snows like a rye. Ooh, that's minty. That's got like an herbal mint like almost tea like. Oh, that's a nice standout. Nope, don't do that. Hold on. In case you're wondering what I'm nosing in between these ryes here is some fresh ground coffee. Just really helps clean out your nose as well as a little bit of burn on the palate as it transfers down. Hmm. I think for now, number 5 is going to be out. It's not bad, but 4 and 5 or 4 and 6 are just really dang good. I gotta say, we're about 2/3 of the way through this. At the end of the day, none of these are bad. No matter what you pick or blend, you're not gonna have a bad bottle to bring home. That is for sure. They make sure that this is going to be a damn good pick for you to bring home to share with your friends and family. Oh, I'm torn between these two. So I'm trying to narrow down my favorite of the rye and the bourbon,
Yeah.
and then pick which one of the two from there because they're so good. That freaking chocolatey caramel toffee note that's coming on the back end of number 4 for that rye is just, oh, that's really speaking to me. That one's good. They were good, but they did not make the cut, so they had to get dumped. So we're left with 2, 4, and 6 right now. I still have 5 off to the side, but I don't know. Those ryes are really speaking to me.
So how are we feeling?
I've got it down to 3 now.
All three. Are we on? Are you still 1 and 3?
So right now I'm between 2, 4, and 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of unique, but yeah, the blend of 1 and 3 was actually like top tier. It was it was so dang good. I did 2/3 1 and 1/3 3.
I do 3/4 1, 1/4 3. But we're on the same page, friend.
Yep, we're pretty close on that one, and it's still a contender. Don't get me wrong, but it's all right. So now we're down to 4 and 2, or possibly the blend of 1 and 3 still, because it's always been a contender. See, I'm at like and I guess that's the thing is like I'm torn between 2 and 4 is my favorite, but that 1 and 3, 1 and 2/3 blend has really just stuck with me this whole time. Of like, damn, that was just so good. Because like the bourbon and the rye are wildly different, but they're so good in their own right so far. They really are. That doesn't even smell like a rye.
If
Like,
you're absolutely in love with it, this
yeah.
isn't something that you'll ever. This particular blend with this particular secondary finish is not something that you'll ever encounter again.
Mm-hmm. I think 4 for the rye is just like that's an outlier on the rise. I think it's absolutely killer.
Yeah.
But that 1 and 3 where I did like I guess like the 1/3 or no, the 2/3 1 and the 1/3 on 3 was just such a good balance between the two.
Yeah.
That like going home with the bourbon and a rye would be like top tier. Because number 4 is such an outlier. Like I'm like splitting hair. Or I say it's such an outlier. I'm splitting hairs on these here. Like they were all really, really good. Some were just that much better. And I think 4 was the best. 5 still good, but like since I have the option,
Yeah.
gone. 6 was really, really good. 2, if I couldn't do a blend, 2 100% would have been like, all right, cool, I'm doing the single barrel. But I think if I can do a blend, we're doing the 1 and the 3 here. I think that makes a great bourbon blend for sure. And I think 4 will make a great rye single barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the way to go.
Yeah.
This one for me was tough. Pursuit is definitely putting out some really, really good stuff, and it shows. So as she was describing it to me earlier, for lack of a better term, as you saw in the barrels when we came into the room, The three left are bourbons. The three right are going to be ryes. Now, basically, what they do is they take them all, they blend them, and then they take 1/3 to one barrel, 1/3 to two barrel, 1/3 to three barrel, and then same with the ryes, four, five, and six, right? So now you're getting all the different juices from Sagamore and undisclosed, and the Sagamore, what do they call it, or mash bill two, I guess, like the different mash bill, or the barely legal. So they call it the barely legal Sagamore. So in the ryes, you're getting two different Sagamore mash bills and then another undisclosed. In the bourbons, you're getting a Bardstown, you're getting an undisclosed. What was the other one? Tennessee, I think, right? No, that Tennessee was undisclosed.
It was the Finger Lakes.
Oh, Finger Lakes, yes. So the bourbons, you're getting the Finger Lakes, you're getting Bardstown, and you're getting an undisclosed as well. NDAs, you got to respect that, right? But then they take all those three. So basically, if you take these three barrels, blend them all together, and then redistribute them back into different barrels, it really brings out that uniqueness. It's really, really cool experience to try these different bottles for sure. So I think I came up with my decision. I think we're going to come up with number 4 single barrel rye, and I think we're going to do a blend of 1 and 3 for the bourbons. So we're going to go home with one of each from Pursuit Spirits here. So now we get to thieve them, bottle them, label them, all that jazz. Thieving the whiskey from the barrel is certainly a super fun experience. It's very hard to see on this bottle, but when I told her the ratio I wanted for the bourbon, she marked a label about 1/3 up, so I was able to just pour right to that Sharpie mark and then add in the rest of it from the other barrel. So we got right there for number 3. Now it is very easy to spill from the thieve, so luckily I did a good job at making sure I kept as much liquid in the thieve and then back into the bottle we went. Now this barrel was definitely a pick of most people because it was definitely a lot lower than all the other ones, so getting more liquid out took just a little bit more time, but made for a good experience. I can literally hear it still going, like refilling.
Yeah,
Man, that color is.
It's a whole heck of a lot easier to do these with fairly fresh barrels. If you're just getting the dregs out, it's a 20-minute process. See, you're very naturally gifted. You've got long arms.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
I had to have a thief specially made for my short little arms. That's definitely. Takes a couple more pulls, but you've got a lot less spills.
Yeah, I definitely think you would need a mini thieve.
Or at least a step stool.
Yeah, right.
Maybe a little column A, a little column B, right? Perfection. Like a pro.
All right, so that is the bourbon blend. Moving on to the rye single barrel, you could tell this one was a lot more full because as soon as I open up that thieve, it just comes dumping out. But yeah, that bottle was definitely, or barrel was definitely filled up a little more.
Oh yeah.
Definitely need to not let it sit long enough.
Like I said, darling, I'm hourly. You take all the time we need.
When you zoom in here, you can see that the bung hole on this one was half broken. And it was pretty cool because after the event, when we went down to the Speakeasy Bar, they gave me that broken half to bring home to have on my shelf. Just a cool little memento because of the situation.
And like I said, this is the one tiny process that is different from what we do at the warehouse, and that is the actual putting the cork in. So you're going to want to put this guy on the big red dot, grip it with one hand, and then pull down with the plunger on the other. Perfection.
Oh, set screws. Makes sense.
Yeah, I might have gotten a little bit tight. There we go. Should be able to rock it off now. There we go. Barrel number, either just the number of the barrel or the code.
That one was 4. So now this single barrel is a blend from Bardstown Bourbon Company, 95.5, Sagamore Spirits, 52 rye, 43 corn, 5 barley, and a Sagamore Spirits, 95.5 as well.
And any specific occasion today? Is this one's the rye?
Yeah.
I've heard ride or die.
Ooh, that's a good one. The rye pour.
We'll
do that one.
All right, so you're gonna bring that back over here. You are going to put your bottle in this cradle.
It's a nice little 3D printed, it looks like.
Yep. You're gonna want to pull the sticky off, and then you can feel this notch right here.
Yep. Okay.
So you're gonna go below the notch, and then the notch will mark where that center line is. And like I said, this is exactly how we do it. Every single neck label goes on by hand.
And that person is also hourly.
Yeah. Actually, the crazy thing is that we get volunteers to come and work our bottling line. Just to be in the room while the magic is happening. They will come down and spend an entire day in our warehouse.
Oh, really?
Bottling for us for free.
That's kind of nice.
For lunch and a bottle at the end.
I mean, give me some pizza. I'd probably do it too.
Right? All right, so I'm going to do this part just because
Cool.
I want you to leave with all of your fingertips intact. I don't like that.
I say it kind of like split right there.
Yeah, this one is brand new. It has not been tried and tested like most of our.
We're here for the first day of it.
Right.
It's trying to figure out its own job at the same time.
Try this one more time.
Oh, that's crisp.
All right, and this one is the rye, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're gonna do this is all by feel. You're gonna feel a notch down here.
Yep.
Now I want you to feel that hole right there, that little dot. You wanna line those up.
That's pretty close.
All right, then you pull the arm down and then give that a good 1 Mississippi. There you go, my friend.
That's actually pretty good. Arm up. There we go. We got our rye labeled.
So we're gonna go same process with Kirby.
The bourbon mash bills include Bardstown Bourbon, 78 corn, 10 rye, 12 malted barley. Tennessee Distilling Partner, 80 corn, 10 rye, 10 malted barley. And Finger Lakes Distilling, 70 corn, 20 wheat, and 10 malted barley. Filled by this dumbass. Yep, that laugh is it. Once all these mash bills are blended together, they're put into the different single barrels from there, and that's how we were able to pick 2 of them for the blend, because each barrel aged differently and provided a very unique taste that I liked on this blend.
Bad noon on the rye.
I feel like rye is way more
Yeah,
punny.
absolutely.
So like the friend we stayed with in Nashville, his TikTok is barrel proof Ryan.
Of
Yep.
course it is.
Right, because he loves barrel proof ryes.
So you're gonna want. I'll hang on to the sticker
Yeah,
for you.
I got a little ahead of myself there.
It's all right. If that's the worst thing that happens today, darling, it was a fantastic day. Perfect. Here you are. I'm gonna do the hot stuff. Ooh,
Oh, that one's crisp.
All right, so same thing, you're gonna match up your notch with your hole. And then drop the hammer and a good one, Mississippi. There you go, my
Oh,
friend.
that is perfect.
There you go.
And now we have the bourbon blend. What a fun experience that was. I absolutely loved being able to do that. You know, you get to sit there and pick out your own bourbon and your own rye and really kind of pick and choose what works best for you. Doing the blend of the bourbons and just the single barrel rye was absolutely fantastic. And that's what I'm going to finish off the night with. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. What do you think of this experience? Would you do this as well? Or would you choose a different one in downtown Louisville? So until next time. Cheers, y'all.